right, hello and welcome. How's everyone doing on? Oh gosh, it's been a hot minute, hasn't it? I hope. I hope all my audio is working right. It's it would hardly be one of my streams if everything just worked the way it's supposed to. But I think so far everything's coming in. So hey, Multi Gunman, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing fine. John DeMarco, glad that you're here to hang out. I've been working on getting this retro PC set up, and it didn't work at all. Oh my goodness, how it failed. I spent so much time trying to get it set up, but I did find an alternative. So I wanted to play one of these really old games that I have. And it's great because I actually own these games. Some of them are shareware at this point. They're so old, you can do whatever you want with it. Some of these I actually had the physical media for, and I made a virtual disk and I copied it over, and I'm just having tons of fun here. I'm naked, that's why you can't see me. No, some days I just don't feel like turning on the camera, you know? I'd have to look halfway presentable, whereas this, I can just be like grungy and who cares? So I thought I'd let you guys pick if y'all have a preference here. I know it's hard to tell, especially if you're like on a cell phone or something, but I have Indiana Jones, The Fate of Atlantis. I have a couple of Star Trek games. Okay, you know what? I am going to show you this one because I think this is the coolest thing. Assuming I set this up right, you should be able to hear. You should be able to hear the. It's probably going to fuss. I bet I need a CD. Yeah, I need a CD. So I can real quick mount the CD. Thankfully, that's not an issue. Let's see. So I need to come over here and choose my image. And Star Trek. This one. So now, there it goes. Yeah, it takes forever to put on my human costume. I don't want y'all to see I'm a lizard person. So hopefully the sound broadcasts through. I have zero idea if it will, though. And hopefully it's not overpowering everyone. But this is a bunch of old DOS game stuff. John's saying you can hear the game, but it's quiet. Okay. I mean, I do want it quieter than me, but not so quiet you can't hear it. So that should be about right, I think, if I adjusted the audio right. And Jeff is also saying if it's sound is really low. Yeah, it's really okay. Well, that should hopefully be a little bit better. So it's a pinball game for Star Trek. I'll do the Kapla one just for Bird. I know he's not here right now. He's probably fast asleep. But I found this one. This was a shareware one, and I thought this was too awesome. And I wish it was something where I could do multiplayer. I'm not. I do love pinball. I'm not the best at it, but one of the things, like, it's all right to play on a computer, but man, I love playing on a physical pinball machine. I just wish I was better. Because I stink at it. So who can tell me where the quotes come from? Hey, Deej Odyssey, how you doing? I wish I was a pinball wizard. He says, we Klingons have a reputation for ruthlessness. A gumball wizard? Yeah, that's more my speed. You know, the only thing that I honestly hate about general pinball machines in general is they intentionally made it be quarter eaters, you know? Where it'll just go straight, like, it'll literally come straight down the middle where there's nothing you can do about it. Thankfully for the computer game, they at least made it such that if you get something like that, there's a, you know, like a 50% chance that it'll give you a freebie. A gumball wizard instead? Yeah, that's it. The naked pinball wizard? I don't think that's it. So I thought that one was fun. That's one that I like to boot up and just like, oh hey, I have nothing better to do. And yeah, a physical game is a lot better. So the thing that actually prompted all this is there is a Star Trek TNG game. And whenever I try to do it on like VMware just cannot emulate the sound card very well at all. Oh yeah, I need to mount its CD. So CD-ROM, image, Star Trek, The Next Generation, a Final Unity. Nothing better to do like working on Nomad? I don't know what you're talking about. You think my facts are uncoordinated? It could be. It probably, John.
Captain's log, stardate 47111.1. A Federation listening post along the Romulan neutral zone has detected an unidentified vessel headed for Federation space. The Enterprise is moving to intercept.
At its reported heading and velocity, the vessel will enter Federation space in approximately 47.3 seconds.
Go to yellow alert.
We have the vessel on sensors. The ship is a Garidian scout ship. They are driving their engines too hard. Their warp core is critical.
The Garidians? What is the status of their relationship with the Romulan?
Hey, Jeff, I just bumped it up, so hopefully the audio is coming in at about the same level as my voice.
We are being hailed.
On screen.
Help us. We are fleeing political persecution. We seek asylum. We are being persecuted.
Their signal is breaking up.
What do you make of this, number one?
It could be a trick. The Garidians have earned a reputation as honorable warriors, Captain. They do not ordinarily resort to trickery.
We are within
oh yeah, for 95, this was just amazingly good.
Failing. They are dropping to sublight speed.
And this is DOS.
Space.
That's the thing that gets me the
Slow to
most.
impulse.
Warbird decloaking directly ahead. The Warbird is also Garidian. They are hailing us.
This is an internal Garidian matter. Withdraw at once.
You are violating Federation space.
They have cut off transmission.
The Warbird has locked its tractor beam onto the scout ship.
Go to red alert.
Okay, so I have not played this game. Like I found this game ages ago, and I wanted to play it, and then that launched a whole thing where I couldn't figure out how to get it working the way I wanted it to work. Nothing was coming in correctly. The sound would pop and hiss horribly, just horribly. And I tried to make a Windows 98 computer, but all my hardware is too new, so I had to scrap that after like so much effort.
The final frontier.
And finally,
These are the Voyagers.
I found this program called 86box. And instead of like VMware tries to emulate software, 86box tries to emulate hardware. And from what I can tell, it does a fantastic job. So I was finally able to play this, and I figured if I'm going to have fun playing it, I might as well stream it. Because I did play all the old, like the Judgment Rights, that was the TOS game, there was a 25th anniversary game that I played. I think there's a third TOS point and click type game. But this one, I've only played through the popping and hissing, just testing it out, past one encounter. And honestly, I have no idea what you're supposed to be doing here. I remember in the TOS games, they would grade you to see how well you've done. But from what I can tell in this one, I'm not sure if I haven't gotten far enough to get a grade, or if they just don't bother grading you at all. And it's more do whatever you want, which it seems like one of the things I liked about the TOS games is that you could do such a bad job that you actually lost the game before it ended. It was like, yeah, you are stripped of command. You've lost the Enterprise.
Captain's log supplemental. A Garidian warbird has violated the neutral zone in pursuit of a scout ship. The fugitives may be seeking political asylum, but as yet we have been unable to confirm their intentions.
Now I forgot to adjust my mouse settings. I'm not going to exit out. I'll just deal with it. But yeah, I enjoy it so far.
Number one?
The Garidians respect strength. If we show any sign of weakness, it might just encourage them to fight.
What do you suggest?
Maybe we can use our phasers until they listen to reason.
Okay, I can say I don't want to provoke them. That may be too strong. I can lock phasers on, hold fire, or I can just shoot, or... Let's see. I thought there was another option. No?
I don't want to provoke them, number
I
one.
want to talk to everyone before I make a choice. Let's see if Troy has anything useful to say.
The Garidian captain is torn about something, as if she were faced with a difficult dilemma.
She has violated the neutral zone.
It's more than that. I think she has a personal stake in this matter.
And yes, Jeff, they should have gone to Red Alert when the warbird decloaked. Except it's a Romulan warbird, but it's owned by the Garidians, which to me says, hey, we don't want to make new assets for a game, or come up with new ship designs.
Mr. Data, do you have any suggestions?
As long as the warbird maintains a tractor beam on the scout ship, we cannot beam its crew aboard. However, if we maneuvered the Enterprise between the ships, we could temporarily disrupt the tractor beam.
We will have to drop our shields to use the transporter.
I'm not willing to take that risk. Mr. Worf, your analysis.
The Garidian warbird is similar to the Romulan Dideridex class. It is less maneuverable than the Enterprise, but it has slightly more firepower.
We'd both take a beating if it came down to a fight.
Our records identify the warbird as the Asirim, commanded by Captain Pintara. Starfleet intelligence rates her as a capable but unimaginative tactician.
Real quick, let's see. Maybe I can... No, it's at max sound already. We'll turn on the text. There's still issues hearing people and difficulty. We'll keep it as Ensign. This is my first time through. So let's see if we can't hail one of them. I want to hail the little guy. Actually, I think if I talk to myself... There we go. Talk to the scout ship.
Them. The warbird is jamming their communications.
Oh,
Can we beam the crew off the scout ship?
Not at this time. The warbird's tractor beam is creating too much interference.
Well, that was useful.
They are not responding.
Hey, LDG, long time no see. How you doing, man? Jeff is saying originally it was supposed to be Romulan warbird, but they changed it. Yeah. They released the opening animation before the game came out. In it, Worf said it was a Romulan warbird. In this game, they took out the word Romulan. Oh, good to know. Okay, so now I got as many facts as I'm gonna get. I can either try to cut in front of the tractor beam, or I can shoot them. I think Picard wouldn't go for the aggressive tactic. I think he'd try to go for jumping in front of them.
Perhaps
so let's do that.
attempt to break the tractor beam.
Make it so.
Make it so.
Troy's youthfulness is popping out of her uniform. You know, for the first season or two, that was Riker's youthfulness too. Like literally, Troy and Riker existed just to be the romantic interest for whoever the guest star of the week was.
Captain, the warbird is hailing us.
Ignore that.
Ignore that.
I want to talk to...
They are firing.
Evasive maneuver.
Oh. Well. Never mind then.
It's on sensors, locking weapons. We are being hailed.
Yeah.
The shields are
Federation
holding.
starship. This is an internal Garidian matter. You've been warned not to interfere.
Torpedo locked.
Targeting Geridian
Torpedo
warbird.
away.
So
I
let's see.
salute you, Captain. You have been a worthy adversary.
Okay, apparently I won.
Direct hit.
Turn off the weapons lock. Okay. Weird.
Alert canceled. Condition green.
The ship is decloaking.
Are we still in combat?
Enemy ship is firing.
What?
Raising shields.
Why did
We have been hit.
they stopped?
Fire.
They said, "Oh, we're disengaging. You've been a worthy captain."
Targeting Geridian warbird.
Fire.
I have zero idea why that. I don't get why that just happened. But I also don't get the this battle scenario here.
There is no response to our hail.
I think I find the button that says fire and push it. I think I should do self-destruct.
You and I are not finished, Picard. I promised you that.
Okay. Again, seems like she's trying to end this. Did I just blow her up after she surrendered? Oh, did you saying she never...
The Geridian ship.
She never
has
said
been
she was
destroyed.
disengaging, just that I was a worthy opponent.
Alert canceled. Condition green.
Okay. So... I guess I'm confused.
Captain,
Did she
our
surrender
new arrivals are
and then I
requesting to speak
blew
with
her
you.
up?
Their names are Lucana, Avakar,
Or is
and
that the
Tamak.
only animation they have to indicate that the fighting section of the game is done?
What are your orders, Captain?
Yeah, I want to figure out the situation a
I
little
should
bit
like
here.
to consider the situation a bit further.
She never surrendered, but she said, "You've been a worthy, or you haven't seen the last of me." Like, she practically cackled. Yeah, she said she wasn't through with me. I guess that's technically not a surrender. I felt like that's like a disengaging statement, though. Captain, no prisoners, Matthew. And hey, Caleb, I don't think I've seen you around. Welcome to the channel. It says, I see the Geridians like hand-to-hand combat, even with ships. Apparently, I mean, they were right on top of me with this. Hey, Mercer Crate, this is TNG, A Final Unity. It's the first time I've played this, really.
Captain Picard, can you help us contact a Vulcan archaeologist named Shanok? He may possibly hold the key to the discovery of the Lawgiver's fifth scroll.
Yeah, what is the fifth scroll?
What is this fifth scroll you mentioned?
Let me give you a bit of background. Geridian society is a rigid structure
Ooh,
consisting
okay,
of two distinct classes.
Strap in for some
the patricians and the
plot dumps
plebeians.
here.
For the past 1,000 years, that structure has been governed by the laws derived from the four sacred scrolls. The first scroll outlines our code of honor. The second describes the relationship between the military and the government. The third defines the principles of our religion. And the fourth enumerates the privileges and responsibilities of the patrician class.
A year late, Jeff? What on earth happened?
But you speak of another scroll.
According to legend, the lawgiver also wrote a fifth scroll defining the rights and privileges of the plebeian class, which were not explained in the other scrolls.
Okay, who's lawgiver?
Who is the lawgiver?
His real name was Avatrunai, and he
Did you
was
saying if it wasn't
architect
easiest
of
mode I'd be dead
Geridian
already?
society.
I wonder.
His
I
four
feel
scrolls
like there
became
should have
the
been...
cornerstone of our
Like, I
entire
remember
culture.
from the TOS games, you control a ship, you have to track them down and get all the timing right to shoot them, and now it's just like, you go to combat and things happen? I mean, I guess I don't explicitly dislike that. I kind of enjoyed more the exploration of the TOS games.
Why are you so interested in this fifth scroll?
I am a scholar, Captain. My interest is purely academic. Lucana, on the other hand, is a social revolutionary. She hopes the scroll will inflame the underclasses to rebellion.
How would an ancient scroll do her any good?
The patricians stopped the lawgiver before he could reveal his fifth scroll. The lawgiver and a few of his disciples, known as the Followers, left Garrett in 5 spaceships to start their own colony.
Okay.
No trace of them was ever found, and the story gradually took on mythic proportions.
What makes you think Shaynok can help you?
My studies indicate that the Followers ended up somewhere in what is now Federation space.
Riker's having back problems, Mercer.
Friendly terms, I could never follow up on that research.
Yeah, Caleb, let me give you a little background. The universe started over 13 billion years ago. They're definitely making it very authentic to the TNG experience.
But the Vulcan scholar Shaynok lives in the Federation and has made extensive studies of our history. I believe he may have vital information that will help us locate the Followers. The fifth scroll could be the greatest social discovery in Garrett's history. Even if you don't agree with Lucana's goals, I urge you to talk to Shaynok and help us find the scroll for science's sake.
This could be an intriguing quest.
Because I need a quest. I'm just a knight looking for something to do. Hey, we'll talk again later. I don't think this is a rejecting it. It's just I want to talk to all 3 of them.
If you'll excuse me, I have other duties to...
Okay. Jeff is saying that the game was released on his birthday. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, let's talk to... Okay, Lucana is the revolutionary.
Captain Picard, my name is Lucana. On behalf of the oppressed underclasses of Garrett, I'd like to thank you for rescuing us.
Don't thank me too quickly. You have illegally entered Federation space, and this ship is not a haven for criminals.
A little bit.
I am not a criminal, Captain. I am only seeking justice for my people.
Very well. You may stay on board the Enterprise until we have sorted this matter out.
Oh, that was easy. And what is... Riker's not really leaning... Oh, there he goes. He wasn't really leaning on anything. He was just kind of like having his knuckles rest on it.
Do not dismiss me so quickly, Captain. The fate of all Garrett is hanging in the balance.
Why do you say that?
I am searching for the fifth scroll. It's the only way to give the plebeians the freedom they deserve.
John, to be fully authentic, there should be an option to go to a concert. Yes. Who are the plebeians?
Who are the plebeians?
Excuse me, plebeians.
They are the underclasses of Garrett, forced by law to serve the patricians, the masters for the past 1,000 years.
Why are you so interested?
Why are you so interested in this fifth scroll?
Finding the fifth scroll will free my people from tyranny because the scroll gives the rights to the plebeians, Garrett's lower classes. That's why the government doesn't dare let me succeed.
Okay, blow her off. I'll talk to the last person. Avakar?
I feel I should apologize for my mother's actions, Captain.
Is she still alive? I saw her ship blow up.
Your mother?
Awkward.
Yes. My mother is Pentara, the captain of the Aserum. It was her vessel you confronted when she had my scout ship in her tractor beam.
Why is your own mother trying to kill you?
She is only doing her duty. I know she doesn't want to kill me, but she is under orders to prevent Lucana from finding the lawgiver's fifth scroll.
Why are you so interested in this fifth scroll?
Because I believe in Lucana's crusade. Even though I was born a patrician, Lucana has made me aware of the plebeian suffering. The fifth scroll would give them a more honorable place in Garridian society.
I sympathize with your cause, but I must inform you that the Federation will not take sides in Garrid's domestic politics.
And we are not asking you to do so, Captain. When the time comes, we will fight that battle ourselves.
And yeah, Caleb, a lot of the guests on TNG were criminals of some sort. Okay, let's see. Let's talk to Starfleet.
Admiral Williams here. What can I do for you, Captain?
I'd like to confirm our current order.
Of course. Starfleet Command is still considering the
I like how they don't give her an
While we
icon,
review
just
the
a
situation,
comm
the
badge.
Enterprise is to remain on patrol.
Even though they clearly made an avatar for her right there.
What is the current situation, Admiral? Is there anything in particular we should be aware of?
Actually, things are relatively quiet right now. The only cause for concern is all the Romulan activity in the area.
Okay. Picard out. Peace.
Picard out.
Hey, well, clearly we're gonna help these people, so let's help Tabak.
I have decided to visit Shinnok and see whether he can help you regarding the fifth
Yeah,
scroll.
Caleb, criminal on screen. Most admirals were, I think, of one sort or another.
Thank you for agreeing to visit Shinnok, Captain. The fifth scroll could be the greatest social discovery in Garrett's history.
Yep, let's
Understood.
go.
We will be. Mr. Worf, inform Starfleet that we will be assisting the Garidians in their search.
Aye, sir.
Computer, what are the current whereabouts of the Vulcan archaeologist Shinnok?
According to Federation Archaeological Survey records, Shinnok is currently excavating ruins on the planet Horst 3.
What's up with Data's face right now? He looks like he's has a stuffy nose.
Set course for Horst 3, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
Right, so I'm guessing at the harder difficulties, like I actually have to remember these things. Hey, Sci-Fi Nation, how you doing? Just playing some very, very old Star Trek DOS games.
Captain, we are receiving an emergency transmission from Simcoe 4.
Simcoe 4? Isn't there a research center there?
Yes, sir. The work at Merton's orbital station focuses on power generation. The researchers there are among the best in the Federation.
Alright, on screen.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise.
Ooh, that man needs a
be of
toupee.
help?
Captain Picard, I am Daneb, Chancellor of Simcoe. We are in need of immediate assistance. Merton's
kinda
orbital
looks like
station has
the-
been attacked by an unknown vessel.
The
and does
administrator
not
in the very
answer our
first
hails.
episode of TNG. Over on, not Farpoint, apparently. A Farpoint station, but apparently that's not the name of the planet. I lost that one on a Jeopardy once.
Attacked, but the station is a purely scientific facility.
Is the attacking vessel still present?
We do not know. Whoever or whatever they were, our sensors did not detect them.
Perhaps it was a cloaked Romulan vessel.
I doubt the Romulans would venture this far into Federation territory. The risks are too great.
Captain, you must hurry. The attack has destabilized the station's experimental power core. We don't know how long we have until a core breach, but I can tell you the resulting energy release and radiation would be catastrophic.
Hey, Trek Reviewer, how you doing tonight?
What about survivors? Did anyone get off the station?
We detected several escape pods, but we haven't recovered them yet.
This guy's voice sounds really familiar to me.
The pods we detected could hold only a few dozen. There are hundreds aboard the station, including families.
Set course for Simcoe 4. I hope it's not too late.
Thank you, Captain. I hope you arrive in time.
Jeff, the planet was Navarre.
We'll do
No,
our best.
I know I'm bad with names, but even I know Navarre is the new name
Dr.
for
Crusher.
Vulcan.
Crusher here.
And Caleb's saying it was Denab 4?
Doctor, we
I
may
wouldn't
shortly
know.
be taking on a large number of
I
wounded,
block out a
possibly
lot
hundreds.
of the first episode of TNG.
How much time have I got?
Not enough, I'm afraid. Picard out. Miss LaForge?
Yes, Captain.
We're en route to Merton's orbital station. They've been attacked, and they're going to need immediate assistance. See what you can find out about their experimental power core.
I'll see what I can dig up, but the Simconians do some advanced work. It may take a while to figure it.
Then I suggest you work quickly. Millions of lives on the planet's surface may be at stake. I expect a full analysis of the situation and our options as soon as we're within sensor range.
Yes, sir.
Engage.
Okay, so now we are doing Warp 7 and 31.5 light years. They really want to make it an authentic experience, so you can experience the joy of just sitting around, watching the stars go by. Discovery? Yeah, Discovery,
Captain's
Jeff.
log.
They changed the
We have
name of
arrived
Vulcan
at
to
the
Navarre.
system in response to a distress call regarding Merton's orbital station. The station was apparently attacked by unknown
Gotta keep it
forces,
25% different.
leaving it in danger of a power core bridge.
What is Discovery? It is the encounter at Farpoint of the Star Trek franchise.
On screen. Miss LaForge?
Yeah, Multi-Gunman. He was that guy from the show with the stuff. You know, that guy. That is definitely how my memory goes.
LaForge here.
Report. What is the condition of the station?
You're looking at what's left of the Merton's orbital station, one of the largest research centers in the Federation. The focus of their work is on power generation. 5 years ago, they built the prototype of an experimental power core, and it's been running the station ever since.
Power generation studies? That doesn't warrant an assault like this.
I've been in contact with Starfleet headquarters. Power generation is only part of what this station studies. For several years, researchers here have been working on new ways to detect cloaked vessels.
If the Romulans discovered this, they might have risked a raid. The Simconians did not detect the attacking ship. It may have been cloaked.
That's speculation, Mr. Worf. We have no proof the Romulans were involved.
Well, whoever it was, something powerful punched through the station's shields and sliced off an entire research wing.
What do you mean, sliced off? There is insufficient debris in the area to indicate that the missing section was destroyed. It is
They talk about a
possible the
missing
attackers
section,
simply
but
removed it.
I mean, are they talking about this middle area that has the rod still going through it? Because, I mean, otherwise I don't see anything that's missing. If I see something missing, that might be a bit of a dumb statement on my part.
Geordi, could that be what destabilized the power core?
No.
But I think you get what I mean. Like, there's nothing obviously missing on the station.
Only cause minor problems, but I'm reading serious power fluctuations. Maybe serious enough to breach the power core's containment field.
What will happen if the containment field fails?
I can't say for certain, but with the amount of energy that thing can put out, I wouldn't want to be around it when it goes.
Is there any way to shut down the core?
There's a fail-safe mechanism which is supposed to jettison the core automatically in an emergency.
I'd say this qualifies as an emergency. Why wasn't the core jettisoned?
The only way to prevent it is by manual override. Someone has to be there to stop it.
That means there's someone still alive in there. Data, are you picking up any life signs?
The station's shielding is interfering with our sensors. I cannot tell if any of the crew are still alive. However, life support is still functioning. But power readings indicate that it may fail at any time.
Dr. Crusher.
I can't believe they got everyone to do the voice acting for this episode. For this game.
We are nearing Merton's station. Are you prepared for casualties?
My staff is ready to do double shifts. We can handle about 330 emergency cases, but we'll have to beam the rest down to Simcoe.
That's an amazing number. How many people does Beverly have working for her?
What is your recommendation?
We can't do anything from here, but to get an away team aboard, we have to find a way through those shields.
I mean, does that mean, like, if there are 330 people in an immediate life-threatening situation, they could help them all? Or does it mean, like, we can do a triage situation as long as no one is in too grievous amounts of danger, or just a handful of people?
I believe I have a solution. The station's upper shields are badly damaged. If we establish a lock on a transporter on the upper decks, a transporter beam could penetrate the weakened shields. Once we're in, we should be able to jettison the power core. Then we could lower the station's shields and evacuate the wounded.
Very well, number one. Make it so.
Geordi, I want you and the rest of the away team ready to go in 20 minutes.
We'll be there in 10.
Well, like, I mean, Troy is doing nothing for this conversation, just like usual.
Counselor, do you have...
I'm sorry, Captain, but I don't have any suggestions right now.
And that's basically everything you have to do in this game.
Go to red alert.
Nope, that's not... I just clicked on the station, man. I didn't tell you to go all crazy. And go to engineering, which is exactly where I was. Nice. I can see I can take more control, so I could turn off delegation And then I just have
Ford, you
to
have engineering.
Yes, sir.
manage all this. Wow, there's a lot of stuff they want you to manage. My goodness. What can I do in the holodeck? I can do scenes I've already seen. Okay, well that's alright. That's nice. That way if you haven't played the game in a while, you can kind of figure out where you've been. Okay, let's get to the transporter.
Beam down coordinates selected.
They should have had Miles O'Brien doing this. Okay, this is what I remember from the old TOS games, this sort of format.
These power surges are serious. Without a stable power source, we'll lose life support.
I can look at things. I can look at Worf intimidatingly.
Worf is the ship's chief. Geordi is the Enterprise's chief engineering officer. It's Beverly Crusher, the Enterprise
Look at Crusher.
chief medical officer.
That's harassment.
Wouldn't count on using this transporter with the power fluctuating so badly.
Even still, they should have gotten him. Let's see, W for walk, T for talk, okay, sure, and U for use. Awesome. Let's walk to the door. Nailed it. I've learned how to do basic walking. I'm amazing. Let's use my tricorder and see what's going on. Subject, energy conduit, composition, 8-phase transition, blah, wow. They did a lot of technobabble here. Even, I can do multiple readings? Wow. I can see my mission objectives. Interesting.
Readings showed tremendous fluctuations in the power level.
Can't imagine what could cause something like this. There's a tremendous drain, then it cuts off suddenly and even reverses slightly, almost as if something were breathing the energy. Severe power oscillations put a lot of stress on the containment field. If the field breaches, this station's had it. I've got to talk to the engineers who built this place. The entire hull is lined with a liquid titanium-duranium alloy in a memory gel suspension. It's completely self-sealing.
You mean the station heals itself?
That's one way to put it. The attack caused major structural damage. If this were any other station in the Federation, we'd be standing in a vacuum.
No unusual reading.
Can I walk here? Oh, can I adjust the walking speed? My goodness. Nope. Let's walk over to the big cable with the person trapped under it. Daniel wants to know, when am I coming back to the virtual pub? Honestly, Daniel, probably never. Like, I'll do it for fun occasions every once in a while, but, I mean, in pure honesty, I have so much going on right now. I haven't had a chance to even think about doing something like that. I've been doing a lot at work. Whenever I do YouTube stuff, it's usually something like me working on my Overthinking Voyager videos. I want to use my phaser, but what setting is it at? Low, high? Yeah, high setting. Not on the lady. Let's take out this big cable.
She was too close when the cable vaporized. It was a...
Oh, shoot! Oh, shoot! I killed her! Oh, I should... Gosh. I should save my game more often, apparently. I was just thinking, let's make sure to vaporize this cable so that we can save the lady. Mercer, I should vaporize. Okay, Mercer, I will see what I can do here.
I don't think that's the best thing to do.
Yeah, I agree, Riker. I agree. Let's.
It didn't work.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just walk on our way out of here. John, good job. Kill them all, Matthew. Oh, well, that did not go well for me. John's saying, based on the start date, by the way, that this is during the 7th season, so O'Brien wouldn't be here because he went off to DS9. Okay. Let's go to the admin building. What's going on here? Use the control panel. I need an authorization code. I don't think I have one of those.
Energy surges have fused these controls. It didn't work.
Okay, so I gotta find authorization codes. Fair enough. Okay, let's go to engineering then. Daniel Topics wants to know if I've seen the Thor, Love, and Thunder trailer. I've seen it. I'm not overly impressed by it. I get it. They gotta give Thor a send-off movie, and they're gonna transition him to a new character. I'm not looking forward to this phase of Marvel where they take the exact same character and just say, and now here's the same character. Like, if they're gonna go ahead and phase these people out, I want them to phase it out with brand new characters, bringing other people to the roster. Which, I mean, admittedly, that's what they did with Eternals, and that didn't go too well. Mercer's saying his cat loves me. Oh, cool. I am definitely a cat person, so your cat is clearly intelligent.
Looks like a plasma shunt.
You know what? Maybe I should get LaForge in here. Maybe he can tell me a little more about this.
I don't think we'll need this plasma shunt. The main power source here is definitely not plasma-based. I don't see anything special about it. A wave reduction converter. We might be able to use this. It's a specialized tool for dampening graviton flux waves. That's a phase inverter coupling. It's for reconnecting multi-phase energy channels and correcting flux modulation problems.
I bet
pulse negators.
I bet LeVar Burton liked being able to just read
pulsed energy systems.
The technobabble stuff here instead of having to remember it.
A graviton probe. That could be useful when you're dealing with the gravitic power source.
This professor saying, I'm surprised he didn't have Dr. Crusher try to help the woman. Well, so I thought I could...
We have to get past that machine out there.
We do not have sufficient weapons.
What is it doing?
I thought I could...
plasma from the third conduit cluster.
Cut away the wire. Like if I could vaporize the wire, I thought we could then rescue the lady. I didn't realize that trying to vaporize the wire would kill her.
Well, that's it. It's collecting energy. Maybe if we can temporarily shut off the power, it'll leave.
Make it think the wells run dry, eh? It's worth a try.
There should be emergency shut-off controls around here somewhere.
But wait, if I shut off the power, isn't the station gonna explode? Like, won't we lose containment? Here, I'm gonna take all this stuff.
It didn't
use. I'm gonna pick up all this stuff.
It didn't.
Never can have too much stuff in a game like this. Let's use... Can I use any of this stuff around here? Use the door? No, I don't want to use the door. Use control panel. Initiate temporary shutdown. I could do that. I could do that. Did it work? Did I blow up the station? What's going on? I think I just blew up the station. No, I got the guy to leave. Okay, I did it right. Yeah, so honestly, back, was it Endgame? I guess it was the last of the original Marvel characters movie. I kind of saw the writing on the wall that every single character was going to be replaced by an identical character. Just some sort of hot topic of the day character. So like a minority person, a lady, you know, just a checkbox person. And whenever I saw that, I'm like, you know what? Whenever you start to make it where the main thing about any character is a specific checkbox about how they identify, the movie itself is going to suffer. Like, there is a way to do a movie where they check a box, but that's not the main thing about them. And that is something that adds to the story. And I saw very quickly that that's not the direction they're going. They're just out here to check boxes, and they're going to make it the central focus of the movie. And so I haven't been too interested in what Marvel is doing with this next phase.
You've got to be kidding.
Apparently, this object is capable of sending false readings to our sensors. The object has accelerated to warp speed.
Okay, let's get the station stable.
I'd like to chase it down, but the station isn't stable yet. See how long you can track it.
Acknowledged. Picard out.
It'll be more interesting when they get to the Code of Honor phase. Yeah, that's right. It has unfortunately been said many times that Code of Honor was my favorite TNG episode from season 1. Yep. Those are words I've unfortunately often said. Let's scan some stuff around here. Okay, this is exactly what we read up above. I'm not sure.
Readings show massive fluctuations in the power level.
So I just scan it and then immediately exit out, and then the characters will tell me stuff about it. Okay.
No unusual readings. Wow, this is amazing. When the hull was breached, a liquid titanium-duranium alloy flowed into the gap and immediately hardened. The seal is perfect.
Jeff, there's
no loss of air at all.
I do imagine this game will take a while to beat.
I'd say that alien machine cut through the conduit casing to get at the energy inside.
And hey, Lancer, how you doing tonight? Yeah, so this is Star Trek: The Final Unity, and it is not a game about changelings that I'm aware of. It's a game about not Romulans. They're called Garidians. They just kind of look like Romulans. They want to find a Vulcan scientist. They have a Roman caste system, and they're in a Romulan warbird. But nope, not Romulans.
And I beg your pardon?
Yeah, John, everyone's doing a good job with the voice acting so far.
Timing, I said. You have fine timing. The one instant I cannot afford to be distracted, and in barges all of Starfleet.
Well, aren't you fun? Can I ignore you? Use another console?
A lot of these systems are out.
Use... okay, and let's see. I want to save my game. Now, use my phaser on Dr.
I don't
Greaves.
think that's a good idea.
Oh, if only. If only. Fine, we'll talk to him.
I'm Geordi LaForge.
Hey, Donnie Pearson, how you doing tonight?
Thanks for the offer, but I haven't time to instruct Starfleet in the intricacies of singularity-driven power generation. So kindly stop distracting me.
Singularity-driven power generation. So this is kind of like a Romulan. We're trying to recreate the Romulan warp drive process.
There was a large machine of some kind on the power conduit just outside this door. What was it?
I can't imagine. There shouldn't be anything attached to the main conduits except where they connect to the distribution net. What did it look like?
Yeah, it was big, about 15 meters long.
It was big, about 15 meters long. It had some kind of neutronium alloy shell and was very
Lancer,
well armed.
please do a grapeseed hand lotion scan. We're looking for Conan O'Brien's. Oh, shots fired.
Neutronium? Armed? We have nothing like that here. It must have been left by the ship that attacked us. Where is it now?
It just cut a hole in the hull and left. I'll bet that's how it came in, too.
Well, that explains the damage to the conduits and the energy fluctuations. I wonder what it was doing.
Yeah, Jeff, it would be interesting if, like, we saw some variation. I mean, in the States, we use petroleum, gas, we use diesel, we use electric, and when it comes to electric, there are so many different types of electric-based vehicles that we use. I mean, the mail trucks around here, they run on natural gas. Like, there are so many energy options that we look into, and yet in the Federation, it's all just dilithium. Like, you would think there'd be someone out there who had a tricked-out Romulan warp core putting around the Federation.
Dr. Greaves, I'm chief engineer on a Galaxy-class starship. It's my job to work miracles.
Have you seen a system like this before?
No.
I'm not sure. It looks like some kind of gravity wave power source.
John, thankfully there's some officers with principles keep no prisoners, Matthew, from killing everyone. Yeah, but yeah, what if you just want to kind of go on a first-person TNG, take no prisoners kind of playthrough?
A little something I got from the Romulans. We've got an artificial singularity bottled up down there, and by varying the strength of the containment field, I was able to increase the magnitude of the gravity waves.
But now that something's got the energy flow out of phase with the containment field, we've got to get the energy flow back in phase immediately.
Not bad for a Starfleet officer. You may be of some use after all. You see, the only reason the field's held up this long is because I've been here manually compensating for the fluctuations.
Exactly, Multi-Gunman. The dilithium industrial complex is why we have nothing but dilithium warp drives in the Federation. Yeah, I'll do something.
Sounds like you could use an extra pair of hands. Listen, I'll handle the conduit. You maintain the containment field.
Lancer is saying, I have an Enterprise-class ship named the Hopeless. It's a privateer ship. Its warp drive is powered by orphan Klingons. Is that actually a thing you can do in one of the Star Trek games?
I see you already
like Star Trek Online? I think that'd be a fun, like, April Fool's release. Just have everything be goofy.
A phase inverter? But that'll just make the fluctuations reverse. Unless... if we use the wave reduction converter to dampen them, the reversal will actually work in our favor.
Smarter than you look. Install the phase inverter coupling in the damaged area. Then use the wave reduction converter to bring the fluctuations down. If I can keep the containment field up, we should make it.
I'm on my way.
Oh, I should have been listening to what he said. Something, use wave inverter? I think that's more or less what I got out of that. No? Plasma shot? Can I use anything? The flux capacitor? Nope. Shoot, I should have been paying attention. Well, thankfully it's not letting me do the wrong thing. There we go. Inverter coupling. And Daniel's hot topic, yeah, I don't actually know if they had any DS9 DOS games. I know that they made some Sega Genesis games that did DS9.
Picard here.
We've stabilized the power core. The outer shields should be low.
Confirmed. We'll start evacuating the wounded immediately.
Great. That means we're done here. Beam us up.
Acknowledged.
See, Lance is saying the closest game would probably be a tabletop one.
Sir.
Yeah, I could see, I could see a game master letting you get away with some funny stuff.
On screen.
Captain Picard, you have my warmest thanks. We had really given up hope.
Oh, that poor lady. If I had done nothing, she would have escaped at this point.
We're pleased to have been able to help. Have you recovered all the pods yet?
My staff tells me all the evacuees are safe
Sci-Fi
and
Nation
sound.
said DS9
And my compliments to your medical staff. Our
Harbinger?
surgeons were quite impressed with Dr. Crusher's handiwork.
I'll pass that along. The last of the injured personnel should be beamed down within...
I think we can handle it from here. By the way, Dr. Greaves personally extends his gratitude. He felt he owed you and your crew an apology.
Tell him we accept his apology. Picard out.
What are your orders, Captain?
Let's see, let's head back to where we're going. Yeah.
Set course for Horst 3, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
Lance was saying, on a serious note, I saw Razor Fist stream a DS9 game that's slightly better quality than this game you're playing. It looked cool. It was a crime investigation game. Well, okay, so I actually have a couple DOS games that are crime investigations. Like, there's a ton of LucasArts games that fall into that category. So I have an Indiana Jones games, I have 2 Laura Bow games, except they are Sierra. And I tell you, oh my goodness, Sierra, they did not mess around. They were designed to get you to call their hotline and pay them money to get the solutions. So like, I remember growing up, one of the games I have is Laura Bow and the Dagger of Amun-Ra. And there is a single time that you get into a taxi cab in the first couple minutes of the game, and if you don't examine the trash pile next to you, you've lost the game. And they will make you play for hours before you finally figure out that you messed up at this one spot. Sierra was ruthless in the way they did their games. Meanwhile, LucasArts, LucasArts made it such that the puzzles were still really hard, but never would you have a situation where you just couldn't win the game, or they just, you know, kill you, game over, go back to the beginning sort of situation. The point being, I actually do have a couple mystery games, and that's just for the computer. I actually have some NES games, like Deja Vu. Like, I have a whole host of games that I mean to be playing, I never get around to it.
Greetings, Shanok. I'm Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Captain, how may I assist you?
So let's see. What are you doing here? Trying to find something called the Fifth Scroll. Let's start just saying what you're here.
What brings an archaeologist of your stature to such a remote planet?
I am excavating the ruins of a Chodak outpost. The Federation Archaeological Survey is sponsoring my work.
Who are the Chodak?
Oh yeah, Troy's in this game. Did y'all remember that?
An ancient race. At their peak, the Chodak occupied most of what is now the Romulan Empire.
See, Lancer's saying, LucasArts made the best games. Last Halloween I beat the remaster of Day of the Tentacle. Excellent game, yes. Mystery Mr. Time Travel game that leads up to Zombies Ate My Neighbor. Yes, Day of the Tentacle is very good. They also did, I want to say they did Maniac Mansion, which wasn't as good, but it was still a good one. Have a good night, Multi-Gunman. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
But I thought all known Chodak ruins were on the other side of the neutral zone.
Trek Reviewer, know you'd be sad if killing that girl will not let you finish the game? That would be sad. It would be my own fault.
This is the first Chodak site found in Federation space. It was my good fortune to discover it.
What you found so far?
What have you found so far?
A great deal, actually. I have uncovered evidence of an extensive administrative system, as well as examples of Chodak computer technology quite similar to our own isolinear rods.
Intriguing.
I hope to confirm that fact. I sent several rods to the Mertens orbital station for testing. They've developed a gravitic stress dating method which is extremely accurate. However, I have not yet received their results.
Yeah, Caleb, Troy's in Helen of Troy. Except, you know, she definitely didn't have a face that would launch 1,000 ships. Let's see. I don't know why he would care about the space station. Now let's ask about the fifth scroll. And hey, Rock Solid, how you doing? And yes, I am playing something old.
Shaynok, we have several Garidian refugees aboard who are trying to find something called the Fifth Scroll.
Sci-Fi is saying that there are other DS9 DOS games. The Fallen is a DOS game. Well, I'll have to see if they're shareware. If they're not shareware, then I'm not going to grab it. Abandonware, maybe. It's a little more of a murky territory, but I mean, as long as they're around and they're shareware, I'll grab it and see what it's like. Otherwise, I'll see if I can't find a game on the cheap. No, I'm something old. Excuse me, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so before I go any further, I gotta tell you guys this story. I am old, Rock Solid. I went to a Micro Center, which is, like, I don't know if you guys have Fry's Electronics, which have all shut down. It's a computer store. It's an excellent computer store. They have just dirt cheap prices on things. I really like using them. In fact, it's Micro Center is where I got most of my parts for the computer I use nowadays. But I need a floppy disk reader, USB to floppy, and I also wanted a DE10 Nano, which is what's used for the Mr. FPGA. It's something I've wanted for a long time, and finally decided I'm going to go ahead and get it because I thought, hey, here's a good solution. I might be able to use it for my Windows 98 machine because it does a great job with that. So I'm trying to work all this out, and so I swing by there because I happened to be there on Saturday, and like the guy stops me and goes, "Oh, hey, can I help you find something?" And I said, "Yes, I need a floppy disk drive." And the guy says, "What's that?" I said, it's removable media, connects to a USB drive. It's about 3.5 inches big. You plug in your floppy disk into it. It reads it." He's like, "Oh, that's not what it's called." I'm like, "Oh, I'm all ears. What is it?" And he goes, "It's called a external hard drive." I'm like, "Oh my goodness. I am now old. I'm so old that the tech people, the computer people at a computer store have zero idea what I'm talking about." I'm like, no. I'm talking about a floppy disk. And he's like, "What? Okay, then what is that?" I'm like, in the days before CD-ROMs, and his eyes just glazed over. He's like, "I don't even care. If it's too old for CD-ROM technology, this is not something I'm interested in." And so I had to explain to him, like, yeah, you know, they used to be 5 1/4, and they were floppy, and that's how they got their name. And then they became 3.5, and then you had other removable things like zip drives, and it went on from there. And he was like, "Oh wow, no, we definitely don't have anything like that." I'm like, Thank you.
Possibly. I once did extensive research on the Lawgiver and the Followers. They fled into what is now Federation space 1,000 years ago, bearing the Fifth Scroll with them.
Hey Tim, how you doing tonight? This is a game called TNG, A Final Unity. It is a DOS-based game featuring the cast of the TNG crew, and like they actually got all the voice actors to reprise their roles, it appears.
We've heard of them. So where did these followers go?
I never found the Followers colony.
Yeah, John, most people have no idea what I'm talking about. I understand.
I stumbled on one of the Followers' ancient ships. The logs indicated that
to be
they
fair,
had
I
found
don't
an
understand
M-class planet
most
suitable
people
for
in general.
colonization.
Like, I can process what they're feeling, I just don't understand why they're feeling whatever they're feeling. Like, people are a mystery to me, I just don't get them. I guess we should tell him the station's been destroyed. I don't see why he cares.
I'm afraid we have got some bad news for you, Shaynok. Merton's station has been attacked. It was almost completely destroyed.
Oh, and Jeff is saying that DS9, The Fallen, was released for Windows in 2000. Okay.
Indeed.
I haven't...
That is a great loss.
I don't know. I don't know if I have a good Windows solution yet. Because any game made for Windows 95 or 98, I'm not convinced it's going to work well. I haven't tried that far. Funny, Rock Solid. You're so clever. Yeah, what's DOS? I'm not even using DOS to play this. I'm using FreeDOS because it does a better job with everything, basically. So yeah, I guess I want to go to this dig site.
I'd be most eager to examine the site myself. I can beam down immediately.
I'm gonna guess he denies me.
Captain, I'm aware of your reputation as an archaeologist, but I cannot permit any visitors. The excavation is far too delicate. My apologies.
Thank you for your help, Shaynok. Good luck.
And to you, Captain. Live long and prosper.
What are your orders, Captain?
I'm kind of at a loss.
I should like to consider the situation a bit further.
Exactly, Jeff. I could accept them not carrying floppy drives, floppy disks, yeah, sure. But not knowing what a floppy drive is, like that blew my mind. Like, I've never used punch cards officially, but I'm at least aware of what they are. I'm familiar with using a literal cassette tape, like an external floppy drive. What was it, the Commodore 64, I want to say? You could plug in, you plug it into a microphone jack on the computer and it would read the game off of the tape drive. Like, I've never used it, but I'm at least aware of it.
The fifth scroll could be the greatest social discovery in Garrett's history. I urge you to help us find the scroll for science's sake.
Too long have we been the slaves of up.
Okay, is no one gonna give me relevant information? Let's talk to Starfleet, I guess.
Admiral Williams here.
What's your assessment of our recent performance?
The Enterprise responded to a distress call from Merton Station. Good work there, Picard. Without your efforts, this could have been a real catastrophe.
They didn't care that I accidentally killed that random lady.
You saved hundreds of lives, kept the station operational, and even managed to save the experimental power core. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Shall I go on?
Oh, no. Yes, please do.
Please do.
The Enterprise's presence in this region has set a lot of minds at ease.
Picard out. Any suggestions?
I'm sorry, Captain, I don't have...
Nothing from you. Guessing nothing from Troy, ever. I can select her.
Counselor,
there we go.
Do you have any thoughts?
I'm sorry, Captain, but I don't have any suggestions right now.
Now, Rock Solid, I know that it had the Famicom
Redrick.
disk system, but it had a legit tape drive also? I didn't know that.
On screen. Greetings, Admiral. What can we do for you?
His head doesn't match the proportions of his shoulders.
Jean-Luc, good to see you again. I have a little favor to ask. Would you be interested in finding a little lost lamb for me?
A lamb?
A lamb?
A figure of speech. I have a friend stationed on Morasia, an exobiologist. I haven't heard from her in quite a while. I'm getting a little worried. I'd like you to check into it if you can.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, who is it?
Who exactly is this lost lamb?
Oh, that's right. I didn't realize it had a tape deck for that, Rock Solid. But yeah, I did know about the basic disc that or cartridge they used.
Her name is Dr. V. Hunforsch. She was on Morasia cataloging local species for the Federation Zoological Database, but no one's seen her for days.
Have the local authorities investigated?
Now, Professor, I don't think I played the TIE Fighter game, but I do have Rebel Assault.
Constable
I need to
Nixie,
figure
who
out.
runs the preserve,
I need to get
thinks V went on a field trip
joystick
and that
to
there's
play
nothing
it.
to
I tried to
worry
play it with my mouse,
about.
and it
To
did
humor me,
not
she
work
said
at
I
all.
should send a team to investigate.
Admiral, do you have any reason to suspect foul play?
The truth? V is headstrong, but she might be chasing butterflies. But I think there's more to it than that. And Jean-Luc, Marassia is applying for Federation membership. You could review the state of affairs there while you're looking for our exobiologist.
Very well, let's do this. Because, I mean, we're not really committed to another assignment. Let's go.
Very well. As soon as we receive your report, we'll get on the way.
I'll transmit it immediately. Oh, and Jean-Luc, the Morassians have a strict matriarchal society. Males are usually treated as servants at best. Don't take it personally.
Wait, is this the same race from the... Wasn't it the season 1 episode? Something about Angel? Something Angel. I can't remember its episode name, but is this the same race?
Understood, sir.
Good luck. Redrick out.
Laying a course for Marassia, Warp 5.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Angel 1.
Engage.
Okay. TNG, Angel 1. See, endless season 1 cliches. Yeah, I know, but what's the name of the race? Doesn't say. Being Riker down by himself, he'd like that. Did it name the race, or did it just say that the people on this planet? Angel 1 is a female-dominated society, leader known simply as the Elected One. I guess they don't mention the race? Okay, here we go. There's Ariel. She's the Parliament of Angel 1. Her rank is Mistress. She's a member of the government. She's married. You know, it doesn't, even on Memory Alpha, it doesn't mention her race, which they usually have. If there's some errata, they often will include that errata information in with the people. Like, oh yeah, they appeared in this random novel.
Entering non-aligned space.
Try memory beta. I will try to remember to do that.
Helm, standard orbit.
John's saying he doesn't think the species was named specifically. Yeah, I don't think they were either.
The Enterprise has arrived at Marassia to investigate the disappearance of Dr. V. Hunforsh, an exobiologist stationed here for the past 2 years. The 3 species native to this world have enjoyed a millennium of peaceful cooperation, and this visit will give us the opportunity to review Marassia's petition for membership in the Federation. It's time we introduced ourselves. Mr. Worf, hail Constable Lixie.
And Jeff was saying that the X-Wing series of games, there's 4 of them, and they're all far superior to Rebel 1. So Rebel 1 was the only one I ever had growing up. In fact, I still have the CD for it.
I'm Captain Jean-Luc Picard with the Federation Starship Enterprise.
It's a baboon.
We have come to investigate the disappearance of Dr. Hunforsh.
Welcome to Marassia. As I told Admiral Redrick, I really don't think Dr. Hunforsh is in any danger. She's probably on an extended field trip.
Good. We'll need your beam down.
Oh yeah, Daniel. These are the days of heavily compressed AVI graphics.
I shall transmit them. And Captain,
or AVI video.
In order to protect the animals in the preserve, we permit no weapons of any kind on the surface.
Out-of-way teams carry phasers for self-defense only. They can be locked on a low stun setting. I assure you none of your animals will be harmed.
Yes, I would never use a phaser at a high setting. That would be reckless and dangerous.
I'm sorry, Captain. I won't allow it. We cannot predict how even your lowest setting will affect our animals.
Yeah, Picard would totally respect their laws, alright.
We will respect your laws. The away team will not be armed.
For a male, you are unusually cooperative.
Is there any better way to begin a relationship?
Forgive me, Captain. I am not accustomed to seeing a male in command.
Yeah, my reputation precedes me, John.
I will await your investigators.
And a while back, someone was talking about GOG, which I have Steam and GOG, or use them both. I like GOG a little bit better than Steam, because in the event that Steam ever goes belly up, which, I mean, that's pretty unlikely these days, but you never know. In the event they ever go belly up, I would lose tons of games on Steam. But with GOG, as long as I just save a local copy of the installer, then I'm good to go forever. Or at least reasonably forever.
Beam down coordinates selected.
Now, the one thing I am annoyed by GOG is that I can't...
Visitors for Constable Lixie. Constable Lixie is present.
I can't take the actual installation file to an old computer. Like, I had some old Commander Keen, like I purchased it on GOG, and it had the installer, but the installer was incompatible with DOS. Like, you can only use it on a modern game. Thankfully, once it was installed, I was able to just copy the whole game directory over with no problems. But, like, I wish they'd just give me an ISO instead of using their exe installer. Okay, so...
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise.
What on earth was that for, Data?
The absence of Dr. Forsh.
Welcome. So you are the artificial human. Interesting. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but
hey, Josh Street, how you doing?
Alarm. Dr. Hunforsh is probably just on an extended field trip.
What are the odds we'll see Captain Sisko at the end of Picard Season 2? Daniel, I would say that is 0. There's no way Sisko's gonna... Like, that doesn't make any sort of thematic sense for Sisko to show up. We're the last people, yeah.
Who were the last people to see the Doctor?
Apparently,
honestly, one thing I was thinking is, what if it turns out that the Q are just the final stage of human evolution, and now that things are messed up, that's why Q can't access his powers anymore? It'd be trite, but I could see them going something like that. Or that somehow humans were integral to the process that made the Q the Q.
If the Doctor had been injured somewhere in the preserve, would you be able to locate her?
Of course, but our surveillance system can detect signs of distress in any of our inhabitants, and we've had no sign of trouble from the Doctor.
Wait. They have a surveillance system that can detect signs of distress in any of our inhabitants. That means they have to know exactly where she is.
The preserve clearly embodies your philosophy of life forms living within life forms to create a single harmonious organism. It is an impressive achievement.
Jeff is saying Q saw humans evolving into something greater than even the Q. He used to. I mean, it doesn't seem like New Trek acknowledges Old Trek beyond the Easter egg aspect of it. When it comes to actually pulling over plot ideas or continuing storylines, like it doesn't even seem like they really bother about that. They just say, oh hey, here's a character, we're grabbing him.
Your perceptiveness does you credit.
Your tone suggests that you do not like Dr. Hunforsh.
Josh, there's a better chance of Dolphin Boy being in Picard than Sisko. My lips are sealed.
She hasn't made many friends here. She disagrees openly with our philosophy, our methods, and has even accused us of smuggling banned species.
I would like to investigate the preserve grounds where the Doctor last worked.
You know, Lancer, we were talking about that over in Discord,
to limit the number
and
of outsiders in the preserve
I think it makes a lot of sense
investigating the Doctor's laboratory should be sufficient.
There to be... Is Tom around? I don't want to trigger him for there to be 3 timelines. And
a thorough investigation of the Doctor's disappearance,
and of course the mirror universes that go along with that.
The preserve. Furthermore,
but if you take everything up from TOS to TNG First Contact,
prepare a far more detailed report.
We have the basis of our prime timeline, and then whenever in First Contact they go back in time, they create a branch in the timeline. And along one of those branches, you have shows like Enterprise, in which we can see how they have technology sooner than they're supposed to. There's a lot more aggressiveness between the species, a lot more distrust between the Vulcans and the Earthlings, and most importantly, Zephyr Cochrane talks about these crazy mechanical beings, and we see physical evidence of the Borg in Antarctica, where everything crash lands on Earth for some reason, in sci-fi shows at least.
The Federation's requests are not law here.
And so from that more aggressive timeline, we go from Enterprise into the shows like Discovery and
you must understand my
Picard.
Responsibility to the animals comes first.
Just a slight tweak of the timeline, a little darker, a little more gritty. Meanwhile, the prime timeline continues on into DS9 and Voyager, and the last of the couple TNG movies. And then the third timeline is obviously the Kelvin one, where that's the official, yes, this is a true split in the timeline. Spock goes back in time, destroys Scotty's ability to improve and figure these things out himself with the transport technology, and it's the third timeline.
I have no more questions for you at this time. May I investigate the Doctor's quarters?
Of course. Her laboratory quarters are at the end of the path towards the mountains.
I mean, all the characters would be around. It's just that, like, between the different timelines, you'd have all the same characters. It'd just be slightly different.
The computer is a BAT 4003, an obsolete Milosian model. It has been modified for hand and foot operation.
The Borg parts, they're packed in a box next to the Ark of the Covenant. Clearly that's what it must be. Yeah, it literally was in Antarctica, just like what was down there in TOS? The second star, or not TOS, in Stargate. It was the second Stargate, I think.
This basket holds fruit, roots, and larvae for the Constable's Veranda bird. Morassians typically use the bones of the dead to make useful objects. No unusual readings. The braiding is woven from stone and hair, traditionally taken from the Euclidean tribal matriarch after her death. Verandas are highly intelligent avian mammals with
No, I don't care about that right now. I want to use the tricorder on the bird.
Verandas are highly intelligent.
Can you use the medical tricorder on it?
I see no way of using this.
Oh, interesting. So I gotta go over to Beverly to use the medical tricorder?
It's not working.
It's not working?
It's not working.
What do you mean it's not working? It's a medical tricorder.
No unusual readings.
No unusual readings, it's just not working.
It's not working.
Okay, let's walk somewhere. Josh, did I not say Antarctica? I meant to say Antarctica. Daniel Lohr theorized that there may be a big war in the continuum and may have lost his family. Now he's gone quite mad. It makes as much sense as anything else. I won't lie. It's just, I have a hard time seeing that as being where they're going.
No unusual reading. It's not working.
Nothing's working, huh? They could at least say something like, there's no unusual readings. I think it's working. If it wasn't working, that'd be kind of a concern. Yeah, running is not an option in this game. I definitely wish it was.
It looks like this computer terminal's power has been cut.
Let's go back to data.
This terminal is offline. The power grid in this area may be damaged.
Can I walk somewhere else? Ooh, look at the antenna.
This is part of the surveillance system monitoring distress calls in the preserve. This is part of the surveillance. This terminal is offline. This port can accommodate an external power source to run the kiosk.
Looks like a Ewok village lancer.
I do not believe that.
Data, can you...
I do not believe that.
Can you just plug yourself in?
I do not believe... Intriguing.
Yeah, why does it look like it was made by Voldemort with the skulls? This is the bad thing about these older games. Like, it could sometimes require pixel perfect
We do not know enough about the biotopes to accurately
positioning.
direct the field units. However, the biotope computer may contain... The doctor's disappearance may be related to her research.
Yeah, I would love to... I'd love to look at her research. I kind of thought there's only... Oh, okay. I can walk to the laboratory. Alright, alright. The blob from the remake movie is also in Antarctica? I had forgotten that. Yeah, lots of things happen in Antarctica. In fact, the Alien movie, wasn't it? Aliens vs. Predators, wasn't that down in Antarctica? There's all carcasses? That doesn't look good.
The insectivore is possibly a member of the Talpidae family.
Yeah, I can walk to the laboratory. No options for running.
I do not believe that will work.
I don't care what you believe will work. If I tell you to scan something, you scan it.
It's a cryogenically preserved specimen.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Hopefully that doesn't come back to get me in trouble.
It's not working.
I do not believe that will...
Can I use the bio table? Can I use the carcass on the bio table?
Subject is marked as a Frednorian boar. Probable cause of death is malnutrition.
I am not certain this is a Fenorian boar. I believe it may be an Acna boar, a close genetic relative. Okay, interesting. Can I get the field units? Okay, interesting. What is a field unit?
The field unit is configured for a specific terrain and climate. It monitors the conditions of animals who have been injected with identification microchips.
Okay, so can I use it on the bio table? No? Hmm. Can I use it on the boar?
I see no way of using it.
Nope. Can I scan it?
This Class B field unit is configured for mountainous terrain and tropical climate zones.
Okay, B is tropical.
This Class C field unit is configured for aquatic travel.
Aquatic, and what's A do?
This Class A field unit is configured for rocky terrain and torrid climate zones.
Okay. I want that bioprobe.
A bioprobe is ordinarily used with a field unit to examine and analyze organic sample.
I take it, not the table, the probe. The probe! There we go. Can I get the carcasses? Okay, okay. I think we're doing something.
Subject is marked as a Kujan gibbon. Probable cause of death is massive infection by Naturov parasites. This parasite is not native to the Kujan's habitat.
We got malnutrition and parasites that don't belong there. Okay.
Subject is marked as a myocordae mole. Probable cause of death is neural energy loss.
Neural energy loss. Okay, I'm not commenting. Hey, Chief Skater Die. How you doing today? Sorry, I'm not very good at reading things. So, rocky, aquatic.
I see.
I don't think that's gonna let me do it. And the bioprobe. Okay, so what else we got in this room? Sonic scope.
I do not believe that.
Maybe I need Beverly to do it. No, the actual one.
It is a sonic scope. It uses acoustic resonances to analyze molecular structures.
Oh, how cool. They were playing Star Trek Shattered Universes on PS2. Yeah, I'm playing something a little bit older than that. This is TNG Final Unity over on DOS.
I do not believe that will.
And I've never played this before, so there's going to be lots of me getting things wrong.
I see no way of using.
Can I use the carcass on the scope? I can! Awesome.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete.
Okay. We did that. Let's use the mole.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's neural pathways have been drained of electrical energy.
Lancer, I've heard enough. I now know the perpetrator, who is none other than Red Herring. Yeah, is it that it? I'm not sure about that.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's genetic signature differs from its identification tag. Subject is in a carnivore.
I think it did. I'll be honest, I have little idea how Twitch works. So, I think it worked. Alright, so we've used the sonic scope. Oh,
I do not believe that.
Let's check out the computer. That usually...
A massive computer fragmentation has erased the doctor's files.
Like, I at least got a message about it, that you showed up, so at the very least that part worked. Thank you.
Schedule again after field trip. A massive computer fragment...
Okay. Oh, I saw a comm port somewhere. Oh, interesting. Let's talk to Tracker Melas. Sure.
Open the channel to Tracker Melas.
Channels open.
Hey, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping in.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise. I'm investigating the absence of Dr. Hoon Forsh.
Yeah,
I doubt that
Troy
she's in any danger. She's probably
Worf are just hanging out back there.
After her blow up with Constable Lixie.
We found your name in the doctor's laboratory. What is your relationship with her?
I teach her territorial recognition. At least I did. We suspended our lessons after the power outages began. I haven't seen her since, but I doubt she's lost. Such an excellent tracker, even if she is a bit weak in the nose.
Yeah, Daniel, it does look a little bit like him with the little mustache there, but clearly that's just a distortion caused by the angle.
You mentioned power outages. Can you describe them in greater detail?
A power
yeah, Lance,
surge
I'm over
at
on
our
Twitch.
quarantine shelter destroyed some of the generators.
I mean, I don't know.
2 watchers were
Maybe I should
seriously
just do all
injured
my
and
gaming
several
stuff on
animals
Twitch and
escaped.
keep
Since
YouTube
then,
for
we've had
the
outages in the biotopes.
videos,
They're
but
still under
I
investigation.
I stream it to both of them.
Without the generator, the individual containment fields in the shelter will not function. You would no longer be able to quarantine any animals for analysis or adaptation.
That's right. Most of our personnel are out searching for escaped animals right now. Dr. Hunforsh might be doing that on her own.
This blow-up you mentioned, do you mean the constable and the doctor had an argument?
Dr. Hunforsh discovered that several animals from Aramut's second shipment were illegal species which had been mistagged. I think she accused the constable of smuggling, but I'm not sure. Healer Zolas told me the story.
The first C is silent, but very important.
What exactly are the Watchers?
The Watchers feed and care for the preserved species.
I have some questions regarding several animal carcasses which we found in the doctor's laboratory.
Of course.
Let's see. Boar's identity tag is incorrect. I guess I'll just say all these.
A creature tagged as a Frednorian boar apparently died of starvation.
Hard to say. The Watchers are quite good. I can't imagine they'd just let this happen. Maybe they were given the wrong care instructions. Or maybe the animal was not identified correctly.
The boar's identity tag is incorrect. It is actually an Akana boar, a close genetic relative of the Frednorian. However, Akana are banned for import. How did this animal get into the preserve?
That's one of the new arrivals from the second shipment. Maybe there was an error. You know, we've had a number of minor problems with creatures from that shipment.
And you don't find that suspicious at all?
A creature tagged as a Kujan gibbon died of a parasitic infection not found in its native habitat. How could this have occurred?
I don't know. The Watchers are the ones
yeah,
who
Lancer,
care for the animals.
that's pretty much been my...
Maybe they can help you.
My take on it also. Just stream and upload everywhere. I kind of also... I've been thinking like maybe I should focus a little bit more. I do so much random stuff. Like I do Let's Plays, I do these analysis of videos, I go into Voyager, I do retro reviews. I have a project I've been working on where I might be able to make light guns work on modern monitors. But there's just so many random things I do. So I've been thinking maybe I could grow a bigger base if I stuck to one thing per like channel, and that way instead of having all these disjointed things, it was more streamlined. But obviously that's not what I'm doing. And yes, I mispronounced blinking light win every time, Rock Solid. The no blink win module or modification.
One creature experienced an energy drain within its neural pathways. It is untagged but appeared to be a mole of some sort.
It's probably a myocordae mole. They're quite common on Marasia, but I've never heard of one dying like this before.
Its cause of death is unusual, but not unprecedented. I have personally encountered a species that consumed human neural energy for survival. Is there a preserve animal that might feed on myocordae neural energy?
None that I know of.
Hey, Times Arrow. We've been talking about that recently because of the card.
Power surges, but then it wouldn't be drained of energy. I don't know.
Smuggling is a serious offense.
Maybe I should focus on a watch party about a show about a space station. What was that called? What was it, like the New York 7? Something like that?
That's why she thought Constable Lixie might be involved, to thwart Federation entry.
Thank you for your time.
I wish you well on your...
It's possible the constable felt that telling us about her argument with the doctor would arouse our suspicions.
But why would she withhold information about the escapes?
I don't know, Troy, you tell me. Have you sensed anything from them? Yeah, the San Antonio 6, exactly. That's what it was. Bzzzt. You have anything more to add to this, Troy? No, I still want to do the Babylon 5 watch party. It's just a matter of
mention the power outages.
Having consistent time.
We should talk to her about it, even though I doubt she trusts us.
I mean, this is the first time I've been able to do any sort of online just chilling in, my goodness, how many weeks, guys? It's been a while since I've been able to hang out like this. Yeah, Babylon 9. That doesn't sound quite right. Must have been something different. Exactly. Well, see, I stream as infrequently as you do, but you are a master of uploading not just like content, because a lot of people upload content that's hot garbage. Like, you upload so consistently, like, good, in-depth reviews of different things. Very interesting things. I'm somewhat jealous of your ability to do that.
Constable, I would like to know why Dr. Hun Forsh accused you of smuggling.
She found a Romulan creature, which is, of course, banned from import by Federation law. It was tagged as a similar legal species. She has accused me of smuggling it in order to damage our chances for Federation membership.
You know, Rock Solid, I almost did a tweet saying, "It's Monday, why haven't I gotten a notification from Gary yet?" And I said, you know what, I did this last week, and it turned out you'd already told us why. And so I looked at your Twitter feed today and saw that you have been suffering from the sinus infection. I'm sorry, it's being so rough on you, man. But hey, if you feel up for it, you should do a stream.
How do you explain the mistagged animal?
I blame our supplier, Aramut. He's rude, devious, and barely competent.
Ooh, new announcement tomorrow, okay.
Ferengi, I'd never have listened to Idia's recommendation. But the contract is binding, and he does deliver on time.
Lancer, I have never beaten a Mega Man game. I own several of them, but I've never beaten one. All for the NES. I don't own anything past 5, I want to say.
I appreciate your candor.
You impress me, Commander. It's
that's true, Rock Solid. I do remember the Wily Wars. That was
Still, you compensate well.
Not a fan remake. It wasn't a fan remake, was it? They couldn't get away with using the name Wily Wars if it's just a fan thing. I remember seeing news about a cart being released for that.
I believe the Constable. She seems genuinely devoted to the Preserve, and I don't think she would resort to smuggling, even to thwart Federation membership.
Troy, instead of just saying you believe her, why can't you say something like, I can sense that she's telling the truth? Like, why isn't Troy doing her one thing? Rockstar is saying it was an official Capcom release. It was only in Japan on SecondNet. But they released a cart recently, didn't you? Okay, that's it. Retrobit. They had a release on a cart. That was... I like that Retrobit does that sort of stuff.
Constable, I understand the Preserve has been experiencing some unusual power outages.
Those were just a few temperamental generators failing. They've been repaired. Is the Federation now concerned with our...
Maybe I am.
Why do you oppose Federation membership?
Membership in the Federation...
Yeah, Jeff, has anyone seen number 1?
Some
you
of us
know,
would rather not see that happen.
He's not picky when it comes to his ladies. I could see him being just fine with the Constable right here.
Has there been any contact with Dr. Hun Forsh?
No, I'm afraid not.
The way Data keeps sticking out this tricorder, looks like he's about to shoot a phaser at people.
I do not believe that. I do not believe... I see no way of you...
Okay, so... Oh, wait a minute.
That is unnecessary.
What's that up on the ceiling there?
Carvings are signatures of all past inhabitants of these quarters.
Oh. Oh, the YouTuber #1. Okay. Yeah, #1 sci-fi, my bad.
Intriguing.
Intriguing. It's a window. Like, you would think they'd say something like, oh, looking outside I can see this sort of...
I do not believe that one.
This sort of countryside. Yeah, I appreciate your candor, but I will have to stun you now. At least, I believe it's the sun setting. The person playing this game is not the smartest. Where else can we go on this map? We can go up there. We can walk to the crossroads. Okay. The crossroads. Saw the devil at the crossroads. This place is immense! My goodness, I was thinking I'd finish this level and then call it a day, but wow. I'm really used to the TOS games where they had like 5 screens max.
The micro-generator uses thermal energy to replenish its internal power source. This cargo shuttle is powered by two 2,250 millicochrane warp engines.
Can I go in the place? I cannot. Okay, so I think I can take that micro generator would be my guess.
Way of you. I see no.
So can I just take? Did I get it? Excellent. Okay, now I think I can power on the computer back there ways. And I think I was just trying to use a med kit on things. I meant to use a tricorder.
No unusual.
There we go. Yes, I don't think I can use a med kit on a shuttle pod. But I'm willing to try. Go to the quarantine shelter. And my goodness, it's going to be a walking pace. Do 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 do. Life forms, you precious little life forms. Where are you? Okay, we're here. Okay, let's use some of these consoles. Nope, nope, and nope.
This
Are they working?
Controls access to the quarantine area. The gates open automatically in the event of a power failure. No unusual... These generators create a network of force field segments to form separate containment areas.
Am I at Jurassic Park World? I think I am.
The Harmonic Collector operates on the same principle as the Bussard ram scoop collector. Its purpose, however, is to reconfigure sound waves. I am receiving readings of unusually high ionic residue. No unusual... These generators...
Let's walk over to the Harmonic Collector. Can I do that? Goodness, it goes so slow. Can I do nothing? Yes, I can do nothing. Go ahead and save it in case I, you know, phaser someone again. Even though I don't have a phaser, I'll find a way. Well, Lancer, I guess they heard a couple guys were coming down here and they weren't comfortable with it. So everyone's
Perhaps Dr. Idia can give us some useful information.
Perhaps you can walk to where I told you to walk, Data. I'm gonna switch over to Troy so I can get out of here quick. I'm not having Data walk all that way. Yes, we definitely need the rocket boots. Okay, can I use it?
I do not believe that will work.
Lovely.
I see no way of using. I do not believe.
Please tell me I don't have to have Crusher do this.
It's not work. It's not work.
Okay. I don't have to have her do this. Data. Can you look at the cage?
This cage was broken open from the inside.
Use the cage?
I do not.
Nope.
I do not.
Okay. Okay, we're leaving. Get me out of here, Worf. Let's go to the Marine Biotrope. Exactly, Caleb. The power outages must have knocked out the raptor cages. Spat no expense. Look, you just saw a raptor jumping through the grass. Maybe it sounded like Dr. Idiot because I cut off the sound animation too quickly. Ooh. Okay, so we are in the wetlands. I got an aquatic field unit. Can I use it on one of these people?
We do not know enough about the biotopes to accurately direct the field units. However, the biotope computer may contain the necessary information.
Okay, so if I'm getting this right, I come here to the generator, use it on the power port.
I do not believe that will.
Don't believe you'll work. There you go. Alright, alright.
This is a topographical map of the biotope. The main habitats are within the jelly corals and the water. I do not believe that will work.
Look at it.
This is a topographical map.
Why are there eyes on this rotating around?
No unusual intriguing.
Can you use the skulls?
I do not.
Okay, now can I use the aquatic field unit? I can. Awesome. What is the field unit doing? Is it taking samples? Okay. I did something. Creature looks like a facehugger. It kind of does. Okay, now I should be able to take the micro generator and go to the next biome. Oh my goodness. Can I talk to the computer? No, I have to use the keyboard. It's quaint, I know, but it's what you have to do. See, Robert's saying Aliens is now available on Tubi TV for anyone interested. Alien 3 is also on Tubi TV. Watched Aliens last night on Tubi TV. Game over, man! Game over! I've really liked the first Aliens movie. I don't... See, the second Alien movie, that was the one with the power lift thing, right? There we go. Power loader. Was that the second one? And the third one... she die in the third one? I remember by the fourth one, she was like being cloned.
This is a topographical
on a prison planet somewhere, and
the main habitats are the 4 tunnels
was somehow getting integrated into the Queen. Maybe that was the fifth one. It kind of went off the rails.
According to the kiosk map, the series of tunnels is home to 437 plant and animal species.
What do I got here? I got tropical, maybe? Oh, that's true, Gary. The first one was alien, the second one was aliens.
These Derwin and Grotke trees appear to be thriving.
Is that what it was, Daniel? Yeah, so she killed herself in Alien 3, but in Alien 4, she was cloned and was like weirdly merged with the alien queen, and I don't know, I think she may have killed herself again. I don't blame her. I'd be done with that franchise too by that point. Rock solid, these slurs about millennials, we've been over this. I'm not a millennial. I'm a zennial. I'm that micro generation that came right at the tail end of Gen X and right before the millennials. Okay, so now we can use, finally, Rocky Field unit. Like I literally grow up playing these games right here. A millennial wouldn't have been. A millennial would look at this and go, "Oh wow, this is so old. I wasn't even born when this came out." Is what a millennial would be doing. Wow, they literally said, "I have an idea. Let's have this bio unit take like 30 seconds to get to where it needs to go."
This is a topograph.
I guess I'm not allowed to take it out until the creature gets back, or the sample unit gets back. I see you typing that out, Gary. Okay, so at this point I have samples of everything. I think if I go back to the lab I might be able to do something with it. I am impatient, Jeff. Oh, thank goodness it doesn't make me wait the whole time.
I see no way of...
Can I use it on the sonic scope? Oh, maybe the bioprobe? Ah, okay, okay.
There is... There is no sample in this field unit. If there were, we could...
Wait, what do you mean there's no sample? I spent 30 seconds waiting for that.
I see no...
Both ways.
Diagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's neural pathways have been drained of electrical energy. Serial diagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject contains high ionic residue and trace amounts of neurotranquilizers. Originating creature may consume energy.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to go back. We're gonna have to go back.
I do not believe that will...
And then we're gonna have to come back again. Oh. So Daniel was saying that TNG was boring. I disagree. I think TNG was an extremely exciting show. Like, it didn't have explosions and, you know, weapons all the time. But aside from the first season, which I just felt was, you know, lackluster plots, TNG itself was a fantastic series. Okay, let's try this again. The Rocky unit. I want to use it on the skull. I really don't want to use it on the pit. On the oh good, I can use it on the crater. It's even further than the pit. Yeah, we'll be here for a little bit, everyone. Josh wants to know, what was NES TNG game? I don't remember. I do know... I remember there's a Game Boy TNG game, and it was just a ship fighter game. I remember I only ever beat the first level of that stupid game, and the password for the second level was Rolaren. Yeah, everyone sit tight. This is going to be a while. And I'm actually going to scan it this time to make sure I got something. Because maybe I was supposed to send it to the pit.
Perhaps Dr. Idiot can give us some useful information.
It still does sound like Idiot. Oh, maybe I need to use the caverns.
According to the kiosk map, the caverns are home to 560...
Oh.
According to the kiosk map.
Well, no, everything
According
is...
to the kiosk map, the pit contains a significant amount of...
Okay, so there's life in the crater and in the canyons. I wonder if I'm supposed to send it to both places? Okay, so what if I use the Rocky Field unit on the caverns? I wonder if I'm supposed to send it to more than one spot. And Rock Solid Productions is saying, sorry, TOS NES was the 25th anniversary. Is that all it was? Huh. I thought they had made a dedicated game, but I certainly bow to your knowledge on such matters. I mean, the NES, it did port several games in this sort of genre. Like Maniac Mansion, Deja Vu. Oh, there's another game made by the same people who did Deja Vu.
I am interested in Dr. Idiot's part in this. Perhaps...
Okay, I get it. You guys want me to talk to him, but I'm just waiting for the bioprobe. Sheesh.
There is no sample.
Let us get this. Oh, man. There were 2 samples. Oh, I hope I didn't mess things up. I want to walk back to those other 2 places. He sense great boredom among the landing party. Yeah. Yeah. Roxanne saying it was a terrible RPG. What, the 25th anniversary? Why am I not walking? Oh, I am. I'm just way over there. Sorry. I thought... I couldn't see me because I was so small by this point and still hadn't transitioned over to a different screen. But Gary, are you talking about the 25th anniversary? I thought it was a fun game.
Tests and cell density analysis complete. Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's genetic signature differs.
Okay, let's see. I need to use the COM port.
I do not believe.
I need to talk to the COM port?
That is unnecessary.
What?
This port provides tricorder access to
Okay, I have to use the tricorder. Okay. Let's talk to Idiot.
Open a channel to Consultant Idiot.
It's terrible, Gary. Okay, so is it that you didn't like the 25th anniversary game on the NES or even the PC version?
Channels open.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise. I'm investigating the absence of Dr. Hoon Forsh.
As I told Constable Lixie, I don't know where she is. Must you interrupt my research with more pointless questions?
I'm afraid so. According to the Constable's
What do you mean
report,
terrible
you are the
RPG is
Preserve's
redundant?
consultant.
RPGs are great.
Yes, I help select and verify preserved species
But
in
wait,
the biotopes.
25th anniversary, I would not call that an RPG.
Despite Lixie's objections, they were lucky to get me.
You were the last to see Dr. Hoon Forsh before her disappearance?
As far as I know, that's not a crime.
Constable Lixie mentioned that you recommended the Ferengi trader
Gary, I don't remember when the first time I had a PC was. I know
he delivers what you want on time.
it was a 33 megahertz computer with no hard
She
drive,
barely tolerates me because I'm a
and that
man.
turbo button that bumped it up to 66.
I have some questions regarding several animal carcasses which we found in the doctor's laboratory.
Animal carcasses in an exobiology lab? Well, that's certainly unusual.
Someone's sassy.
A creature tagged as a Frednorian boar apparently died of starvation. Do you know how this could have occurred?
Sounds like incompetence to me. The Watchers blindly follow whatever care instructions they're given. No personal initiative at all.
The boar's identity tag is incorrect. It is actually an Akana boar, a close genetic relative of the Frednorian. However, Akana are banned for import. How did this animal get into the preserve?
It must have been smuggled in. You know, the Watchers have requested restricted species before and were denied. Dr. Hoon Forsh must have found out about it.
Consultant, I am puzzled. Since you verify preserved species, you must have known this was an Akana. Why did you not report the misidentification?
I didn't want to. I wanted the chance to study it. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Did it really slow down the computers, Josh? I don't think I knew that.
Brilliant research on such a specimen.
Did the doctor confront any of the Watchers with her suspicions?
I think that's...
Why would the Watchers resort to smuggling?
Hey, Gary wants me to check Twitter real quick. Okay, hold on. Oh, look at that! Yeah, harsh. I'm gonna have to look, Gary. I'm gonna have to look and see if the NES game was the same one as the PC game. The PC game was a lot like this one.
I've suspected them all along.
So the PC 25th anniversary was almost identical to this, just with the TOS characters and different scenarios.
By a watcher.
A creature tagged as a Kujan.
So if it wasn't a lot like this, they must have been
not found in
vastly
its native
different.
habitat. How could this have occurred?
I'd say it died of neglect. Those Watchers don't know the first thing about dealing with animals. They're not scientists.
A mycorrhizae mole experienced an electrical drain from its neural pathways. How could this have occurred?
I'd say it died of neglect. Those Watchers don't know the first thing about dealing with animals. They're not scientists. They're glorified zookeepers. Why don't you go ask them about it?
I'd like to know what you and the doctor discussed.
When I saw her for supper the other day, she was talking about genetic samples from the last shipment. She knows I don't like to hear people talk while I eat, so she said little else.
What a brat he is.
But Dr. Hoonforsh was cataloging Morassian species exclusively. Why would she want genetic samples from other animals in the preserve?
I don't concern myself with the lab work of junior scientists. Now do you...
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for wasting it.
Idiot's accusation that the Watchers are fanatics is certainly plausible. Collectors can be quite zealous in their pursuit of rare specimens.
Idiot certainly has a high opinion of himself. The thing he seemed most interested in was his reputation.
A Konami game. They're not known for their greatness. Let's see.
Open a channel to...
Channels to grow.
So, wait. Okay, everyone, listen to this response.
Open a channel to Grower Inongo.
Listen carefully here.
Channels to Grower Inongo are closed indefinitely.
Does that sound like they took Marina Sirtis' voice and just lowered it a bit?
Open a channel to Healer Zola.
Channels to heal.
Okay, can't talk to him.
Open a
channels to
close indefinitely.
Open a channel to
channel.
See if he has anything else to say.
Has Dr. Hun...
No, I still have no scent of her.
Thank you for...
I wish...
Oh, shoot. I am gonna have to go back to the other two places.
The overhead sensor array conducts molecular and biospec...
Might as well get to walking. Konami made amazing games? What? Who am I thinking of? They were known for their horrible games. Who am I thinking of? There's a company, they got them out quick, and they were known for just the worst games. The Konami Code. No, I am nuts. I am nuts. Who am I thinking of? L&J. I'm thinking of L&J. Because they're so similar in name, don't you know?
This is a topographical map of the biotope. The main habitats are the 4 tunnels within that petrified tree.
Okay, so I need to send this tropical unit to each of the 4 tunnels. Let's do this right. Yeah, John, Matthew's crazy but he's on a mission. I don't think there was any question about this. Just none whatsoever.
These Derwin and Grotke trees appear... These Derwin and Grot...
Yes, yeah, oh yes. Once I realized my insanity, I did remember, and the Konami Code, I did remember the games they made. I just completely brain farted on what they did. Now, Gary, me getting some letters backwards in LJN is hardly unusual for me. I mean, honestly, the fact that I got that name like 33% right, and at least had all the letters right, I mean, that's pretty phenomenal for me.
There is no sampler.
Okay, so I already did that tunnel, I think. Tunnel 3... Oh gosh, Gary, I'm looking at those 3 letters you wrote. You said 3 letters, not other 3 letters. And I'm not gonna lie, they look identical to me. LJN, not LNJ. Okay, yes, I see that difference. It's not easy though. They honestly look 100% identical just reading it. Okay, one more tunnel. And find tunnel 4. There's 3. There's 2. 1.
The preserve is one of the largest protected biospheres in existence. This is a topographical map of the biotope.
The 4 petrified tunnels. 1. Nothing there. 2. Nothing there. 3. Where's 4? There we are. Number 4. So slow. Oh my goodness. Josh Tree is saying that LJN had a few good games. Let's see, what were the LJN games while we're waiting? Games released for the NES. You had Alien 3, Back to the Future. Oh, I liked Back to the Future. I mean, it had nothing to do with Back to the Future, but I still own that game. I liked that one just fine. 2 and 3 as well. Beetlejuice, Bill and Ted's excellent video game adventure. Friday the 13th. That one wasn't too bad. I mean, that one was rough to get through, no doubt. Gotcha the Sport. That one was pretty. That was pretty garbage.
This is a topographical map of the biotope. The main habitats are within the jelly corals and the.
I need to use it on the jelly corals, which I did, and the water. On the antenna. Already did the jelly curls. Where's the water? Okay, if you're gonna want me to get a sample, you need to make it somewhat easier for me to actually get a sample. Yeah, there's the skull.
We would need several days to completely search this area.
Yeah, thank you, Data. I'm trying.
This is a topographical map of the biotope.
See, this is exactly what I meant by pixel perfect. Somewhere around here is the water entry. But because I'm ever so slightly off, it's not actually showing up. Like, I would think it'd be like right in this area, right? Or up here. Someone where it'd be really super obvious. Or the skyline. I'd accept the skyline. It wouldn't make sense, but I'd accept it.
We would need several days. I see no way.
Okay, I've already... It's not going to come back with anything because...
Stalled. It is not configured for...
Oh, well, maybe I should use the right one. Not the rocky... aquatic. On the jelly corals.
I do not believe...
Sure, I just said jelly curls again.
I do not believe...
Oh good, I selected one that was far away too. So useful. Well, it got something. Problem is...
The sample of the ground...
Oh, I can use it right here. I don't have to go back. Thank goodness.
The blood sample shows the Birkby fish is undergoing its seasonal transformation. The sample...
Oh, thank goodness.
The blood sample from this Nero wolf contradicts it. The neural cells of this deceased...
additional work
the neural
required.
Cells of this...
Fine. Okay, if nothing immediately pops up here, I'm gonna call it a night in just a second here, guys. It's late. Let's see what else did they had. They had the Karate Kid. I know some people really enjoy the Karate Kid on the NES. I felt like it was really kind of repetitive and very, very unforgiving in its hitbox detection whenever you were hitting someone else. I thought Jaws was alright. I remember playing Jaws on the NES. That was good. Pictionary, not so great.
Diagnostic tests and cell... Seriodiagnostic... Seriodiagnostic... Seriodiagnostic tests... Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis...
Okay, I think I've scanned everything. I've used communicator on everything. Switch the wharf because he's by the door. And talk to the constable, maybe?
Has Dr. Hoonforsh returned?
No, I'm...
Well, that's all I got, said Worf. Fine, I'll take one last look in a quarantine shelter. See if there's anything obvious there. Did I try talking to the bird? Good question. I did not. Nor did I think to get my portable field unit generator. Ugh. I can see that being somewhat important.
Visitors for Constable Lixie. Constable Lixie is present.
Alright, that's all she says. Walk to the doorway. Walk to the crossroads.
No unusual reading.
Walk to the tree. And go to the constable's office, the laboratory, canyon biotope. Oh, this isn't where I was. Oh no. I left it in which biome? I left it in the marine biome. Okay, that's it, guys. I'm gonna stop here because my goodness, I'm gonna have to walk just forever to get to the places that I need to go here next. I know that I've already gone to. I feel like I've officially gone to all the biomes and gotten all the data I can from them. I don't think there's any more data to be gotten from them. I've gotten all the information I can from the constable at this moment. I could try seeing if plugging in the charging field unit generator by the shuttle would get me anything, but I don't think it's going to at this point.
This micro generator is completely drained, yet the charge should have lasted several days under these conditions.
Yeah, curious, isn't that?
This port can accommodate an This micro generator.
Oh yeah, Lancer, there are so many fun DOS games. And Josh, I'm not disliking this game. I enjoy this sort of point and click game. And honestly, the older point and click adventure games were a lot more convoluted than what I'm having right here. So I'm not minding it. I would be extremely curious if someone ever patched this to increase the walking speed. But I'm honestly not minding. I think it would be nice if I could, go inside the shuttle dock or the shuttle or anything out here. I keep saying I'm going to wrap it up, and then I'm like, well, what if I did one more thing? What if it's just this walking time? Oh. And like I said, oh yeah, I was curious if the TNG or TOS NES game. Let's see. I am extremely curious how that turned out. So it was the TOS 25th anniversary NES game. Oh, that does look a lot different. That looks so much different than the game I played. Go ahead. Into the biome. Nope, 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 nope. There you go. Can I scan it?
I see no way.
Can I use it?
I do not believe that.
Can I use
I see no way.
the generator?
The Harmonic Collector operates on... This panel controls access to the quarantine area. No one...
Yeah.
This panel controls the containment field.
Walk. 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 And walk. Now I can actually scan things. Thank you.
This is the Harmonic Collector control.
Can I use them?
I do not.
So I can stand by them, but I can't use them.
I see no way of using... I see no way...
Okay.
I see no... I see... I see no way... I see... I see... I see no way of... I see... I see...
I feel like I'm missing something in this area. Like maybe walk to the gate. Maybe there's something else in here that I can examine. Nothing. Nothing. Alright, I'm saving it. I'm done. And we'll quit out. Yeah, so there's some fun stuff on here, guys. The Trek game that I remember growing up was this one. I think it'll just let me play it. No, because I gotta have the disc. Fine. That's the only bad thing. There's a lot of disc swapping I have to do. I mean, it's a minor inconvenience.
Space.
Demon world. Though the Enterprise's primary mission...
Captain Patterson reports
the Republic is arming
weapons, raising shields.
Oh, I didn't adjust my mouse settings, so everything's all wonky. Well, it's not gonna work. The point is, this is one I own and I remember playing the most. So I have no idea. I have no idea what Gary was messing with. Huh. Interesting. It's not responding to any.
Disarming weapons. Arming weapons.
Doing that just fine.
Weapons. Arming weapons.
There we go. I can quit out.
Yes, quit the game.
I basically, since this is just an emulator that I have set up, I do need to add something into my auto exec file so that every single time it loads, I can have it do a command to run Cute Mouse is what it's called. And Cute Mouse will let me adjust the sensitivity on it. I just gotta remember where it's all located. And I mean, this operating system, FreeDOS, it actually comes with some built-in games, but they're all kind of, they're what you expect for a built-in game. Like, you have your free cells kind of thing, and your Minesweeper, and then just a bunch of like very low quality games. So anyways, guys, I'm going to bed. Thanks for hanging out with me. You all take care, and I have no idea when I'll do this next, but hopefully I'll be able to do it soon. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit that like button and share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will. And be sure to hit that bell icon to be notified of all the updates I do on this channel. If you want to support the work I'm doing here, then I hope you'll consider becoming one of my Patreons, where you'll get early access to all kinds of videos. And until the next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.